superhero team-ups are awesome. I mean, look at how well Avengers did. DC's own Justice League has a great amount of popularity, but what about smaller teams of heroes, like, say, partnerships? Well, DC had that base covered after a varied and slightly strange experimentation period with their The Brave and the Bold series, culminating in the most well-known incarnation as a series of superhero team-ups. If you're more of a Marvel guy or girl, think Marvel team-up, mostly episodic team-ups between heroes that aren't necessarily part of a larger team. In the case of Showcase Presents The Brave and the Bold Batman Team-Ups Volume 1, it's mostly a collection of, what you know it, Batman and other members of the JLA outside of that official team's jurisdiction. And it makes sense that Batman would be the common factor in these stories. After all, he's fairly popular, and he does have his own show focused on this formula. Anyways, spanning from 1965 to 1970, the issues collected by the book are The Brave and the Bold number 59, 64, 67 to 71, 74 to 87, mostly written by Bob Haney and illustrated by a wide variety of artists. But being DC's equivalent to Marvel's essential collection of books, Showcase Presents is in black and white, lacking some of the original charm of the comics brought by the coloring. Luckily, it doesn't impact the base penciling and inking, and the book has that same nostalgic appeal regardless. But it's the revolutionary Neal Adams work later in the book that really stands out, the legendary artist's darker, detailed, and realistic style being not only one of the major turning points in Batman's career and direction, taking him away from the campy 60s and back into the brooding nature, but one of the entire comic book industry's mark of a more serious, dramatic transformation. However, that took time, and this book's plenty campy and cheesy by today's standards. The episodic nature of the series somewhat contributes to this, a format that required Bob Haney to come up with creative and convenient means of both setting up and ending a story. But beyond teaming up with fellow JLA members like Green Lantern and Wonder Woman, Batman works alongside lesser-known characters like the Metalman, the Creeper, and, best of all, Deadman. The two Deadman stories featured in this book certainly take their place among the best of the collection, partly because Deadman's awesome, but also because Batman's inherent limitation in communicating with the ghostly Avenger is an interesting plot device. But really, with the exception of a Green Arrow story and a Sergeant Rock flashback, Batman's adventures are disappointingly disappointing. The endings are predictable, not only in that the good guys will win, but because the case-specific shocking reveals aren't too shocking. In the end, however, and to and against the book's credit, Showcase Presents The Brave and the Bold Batman Team-Ups Volume 1, a very long title, mostly gets by with sheer novelty and a little bit of charm. Fans of the similarly named TV show might take an interest in this collection, but only those with a deep desire to read this book need pick it up.